Western Conference Finals preview. I'm looking at Anthony Edwards and I'm saying Anthony's going to have to guard either Kyrie Irving or Luka Doncic. Ant's going to have to guard one of those guys. Jalen McDaniel's going to have to guard the other. Like, I feel like this is like a perfectly sort of matched strength versus strength conference finals if there ever could be one.
Fascinating. And Dallas, they're good. I mean, they're better than I thought they would be. Kyrie has done a complete 180. That dude's turned into that guy that we all fought. I mean, I don't think there's a favorite here. Like, I don't look at Minnesota and be like, oh, they're better. Like, Dallas, I didn't think Dallas would beat Oklahoma City, and they had, especially after losing game one, and they handled them. They won 4 or 5. And I think Jason Kidd's finally getting the credit as a quality coach that kind of got them up off the deck after game one. So talking to coaches around the league, the way to get to Dallas is you got to make Luka defend. Like, you got to make him defend. You cannot have him take breaks on defense. You got to get him in a little bit of early foul trouble, and you got to get him barking at the refs. You got to go at him. Got to make him play some defense, and I'm sure Minnesota will do that.
Gary, I think you made some excellent points. For one, Jason Kidd is an excellent coach, especially in terms of making adjustments and getting guys to buy in and play defense. Like, I would have never thought that Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington, two guys who came from losing cultures, came in and immediately, like the first couple of days after the trade deadline, they were in Detroit. And those dudes were mixing it up and roughing it up. Now, granted, that was a dog Pistons team, but they were still invested with their teammates. I
ain't gonna let you talk about
at
the
the
Pistons
time, and
like
they
that.
barely gotten there.
I ain't gonna let you talk about the Pistons like that. Go ahead, man. That's
Gary, this ain't the bad boys. These boys are just bad. All right, they can't even get the lottery right, Gary. But Gary, I do think that I would say Minnesota's the favorite by virtue of beating the champions on the champion home floor, by beating the champions 3 times in the champions building, by coming back from a 3-2 deficit. I think they are the favorites, and I wonder the emotional high that you're on after beating Denver. You have to rev it back up. You got to get yourself right back in a playoff mindset, in a conference finals mindset. I don't know if I'm making an official pick, but I'm leaning towards us taking a trip to Prince's house at some point in June. And you can't do that if the NBA finals are in Dallas. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
Gary.
You're right.
I'm
you're
just
right.
there.
We might be in Paisley Park in June.